Today we are taking part in Yulefest workshop, and we have two artists coming in, Alison and Anne-Marie, and they are working with the children along with the two teachers to create decorations and Christmas baubles using recyclable materials that have been provided by Recreate Ireland. It ties in nicely with the policy in the school about reducing and recycling and reusing, and we're doing a lot of work in school at the moment on climate change and the effects that rubbish has on the environment. So the children are very tuned in to the whole idea, and we're delighted to be part of this.
Most of the schools already have their Green Schools flags, and they're very interested in the environmental message and reusing Christmas paper, cards, and just making presents rather than just delivering the usual stuff, just to do something different. The environmental issues are so prevalent at the moment, and it's just great that the children are so clued in and so interested. What they create out of materials that would go into landfill otherwise, and it's just really nice to give them that chance to show their imagination.
They have so many ideas, they're so creative. It's fantastic actually. The stuff that we were making maybe was, I don't know, so different. We couldn't even imagine what they were going to come up with.
I know that some of the children actually went and made some decorations at home using recyclable materials. So the seed has been planted, and they're actually continuing on with the whole project at home and encouraging recycling of things. And I doubt very much that they'll be buying Christmas decorations this year because they have made their own.
I would hope that their parents can keep them and bring them out next year, and hopefully they'll be inspired to do that again. But even on a day-to-day basis, that they will just be able to look at material, and I think kids do that anyway, look at material in a completely different way. They don't see it as rubbish, they just see it as just another thing that they can use to make something amazing. Being an artist, oftentimes you're at home or in the studio by yourself, so to kind of be in a community and just among such creative children, it's been eye-opening. I have to say I've enjoyed it immensely.
So I got a little box, I put a little present in it, then I wrapped it up with this stuff, and I put a star there, and I put sellotape all over so it can hold like this. I made a present with an angel, and I made a Christmas bauble. I started to pick up paper and boxes, and then I found paper, and I wrapped it around the box, and then I found paper, and I drawed an angel.
I made a present, and there's only a bit of paper inside it, but with a red bow, and I put sellotape around it. I made it from a box, and then I got the kind of green paper, then I got some red and put some sellotape around it to wrap it around. Then I got some red paper and then twisted it, made a bow and put some more sellotape around it. All the other schools in Kilkenny only got to do it once, and we got to do it twice, and it was really fun. And you get to make your own things, and yeah, it's really fun, and you get to make it with all your friends.
Some of them have surprised me a lot, and I was delighted to see how creative they were, and they ended up making costumes for themselves as well, which wasn't the brief, but we were delighted to see them doing that. And another thing I really liked about it is how they were complimenting each other and encouraging each other. and giving each other ideas and helping each other, you know, with if they needed the scissors or the glue stick, they were sharing things and you know, just telling them, other children, where to find certain things that they've been looking for, and they were showing each other their decorations and giving each other ideas in what they were doing. So that was really nice to see, a very positive thing. The social aspect of it was really rewarding, and they weren't working in isolation, they were actually working together, and there was a lot of teamwork going on, which is really, really good for them.
Recreate works with about 300 suppliers in Ireland, collecting their surplus unused materials. We bring them back to our warehouse and then redivert them to schools, communities, creches and anyone who wants to use them for creative projects. We run workshops throughout Ireland, and recently we ran a workshop in St. John's Primary School in Kilkenny as part of our Yulefest programme, and the kids were amazing. They really took the project on with gusto, and they made Christmas baubles out of our reused materials, which have then formed part of our Yulefest project. Over the last number of weeks, we have completed 40 workshops in primary schools, community centres, shopping centres and libraries around Kilkenny, promoting a more sustainable Christmas. The children of Kilkenny have made more than 600 baubles out of reused materials, using materials that they wouldn't normally come into contact with, and that have spoke their creativity and their imagination, and also given them that message of how to be more sustainable, how you can make things that are beautiful and creative out of sustainable materials. We've then taken all of those 600 baubles and incorporated them into the beautiful story of Songs of the Sea from Cartoon Saloon. Cartoon Saloon is so well known in Kilkenny. They're so much at the heart of everything that Kilkenny represents. We've been delighted to work on 4 window installations around Kilkenny with our reused materials, and we've then incorporated the Christmas baubles from that the children have made into those scenes. So we have decorated 4 windows across Kilkenny, and we would invite people to follow the story throughout each of the 4 windows so they can learn more about Songs of the Sea and look at all the different materials and imagine what they started out life at. Some of the materials that we have featured are bottles and plastic, even floor insulation, bottle tops, plastic beads. There's loads of materials. So we'd invite you to spend some time with your family looking at the materials and then talking about how you can be more sustainable this Christmas and set yourself a couple of challenges. On behalf of all of the team at Recreate, we have really enjoyed being down in Kilkenny over the last number of weeks and working on this project, and we wish you all a very merry and sustainable Christmas.